Tomorrow, folks, what's the plans for today? I'll flick you around and I'll show you. At the minute, my waste pipe comes across there, and at the back of there, and I'm forever standing on this. I've got blocks all under here. I've just moved that out because I've just been trying another idea. This is in the way. So what my plans are now is, that pipe before used to stick up in the air. I've chopped that off and I've blanked that off. That's been like that now a week. That's dry. I need to flip that over, and I want to take this pipe through there and across the back of the filter, and then that way. So this pipe's out my way. Now what I've been trying to work out today is, decided to try and run 2-inch pipe from my pump in the shallow end through that wall there, across here to that ball valve, and then into my filter, and do away with my one-way valve. Now the thing is, obviously the weather's turning. I'm on my own again, which is what I am most of the time. So what I've decided to do now, wait for the weather to change. If I put the 2-inch pipe through there, what I thought was, where the frog is there, if I make an hole through the wood there next to that black pipe, I can put my 2-inch pipe through there, bend it down there into the water, and put my pump in the middle here. This is where they feed most of the time, and there's a lot of crud that builds up there. You can see all the fish are all on the top. They've seen me, look. After what I've put them through, look, and then waiting for food. I don't know what the temperature is today. I'll have a look in a bit. The problem with putting my pump in there, that's the shallow end. As you know before, that's my deep end, that's where my pump is. Now if I put a pump in the shallow end, all the crud, and you can still see some of it. I don't know you can see it, if I can zoom in. This food I've had now, I fed them for a week by the way, but I don't think you can see it. There's all white crud coming off this food. I changed the manufacturing food. I use Takazumi, but it's Gold Plus, I think it's called, and the shit I'm having off it's unbelievable. But I am feeding that now anyway. It's for next year. So right, so what I need is, I've got a retro bottom drain which I wanted to put in there, but I've also got to put my pump in there. Now your retro bottom drain going to need cleaning out. I'll flick it over here to the fish. I can see the fish. He's golly swimming about, look. And he's using that peck, but not a lot. But he is using it, so hopefully that's good sign. You can see all the fish look active anyway. Yeah, so we've put a pump in there. That means there's nothing being pumped out the shallow end, no crap out the shallow end. So there's a build up in the deep end. Sorry, there's a build up in the deep end. So ideally, I need 2 pumps running. Now the problem I've got now, because my pond is below ground, my filter's above. I had to run a pump, and to do that, the pump has got to be in the pool. Now to get a retro bottom drain out and a pump out, the retro bottom drain is full of bricks or bibbles. To try and lift them both up with, I'll have to use flexi pipe work. I can't use solid pipe because there's no way of picking up to clean it. It's going to be a ball like, and I think I paid about 89 quid for the retro bottom drain. Ideally I need a pump in both. So the one from there, I've said before, I think into the nexus, which would be a 2-inch pipe from there through to there, which means I can just lift the pump up out to there, and then that pump there, run it like I said before all the way around there and get that running. Now Dave said get rid of that and get an easy pod. It ain't just the easy pod, it's easy pod money, as much as I'd like one. That's got sponges and brushes in, so I'm thinking that's different bacteria to the Nexus. That's why I had that. That was just to clean my water up, to be honest with you, until I had all this. I don't know whether it's that's jinxed me over, because I've had nothing but trouble with that bloody thing since I've had it. So it'll either be running into that or running into an easy pod. So what I'm thinking of doing today is, instead of putting a retro bottom drain in there, I'm going to change. I've got that elbow on there, which how on earth that sucked the fish up, I don't know, because as you can see it's almost on the bottom, and it was against the wall there, but I moved it to get a fish out the other day. Cupcake, he's just there, look. Here's Sargi. He was hiding down by that pump and I was worried about him going up there, so I've got a different idea. Rob Walker, he told me a good idea for it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that there now, this side of Christmas. I'm going to run my new pipework exactly where it was before, get rid of that one-way valve from there. It's 32mm pipe all the way around there, and then put that ball valve in there, so I can just turn the ball valve off, turn the pump off at the same place. So that's what I'm up to. My first protocol, if that's what they call it, is to move that pipe over there. Now to do that, as you all know, I built that shelf there for my feeder. I'm going to have to take that down, because I've got to get that unit out there I built. That was just so I've got some storage on that side there, because all down there is a big waste of space. A big waste of space. So I just built that framework there just so I could store stuff on the top. Now that's going to be a right pain to get all that back out now. So I've got to get all that out, take that down to get access over there, just to move that pipe behind there out the way. So if I can get that done now, my waste pipe, get all that out, it's just putting stuff somewhere. That's the biggest downfall, because the forecast rain all week. Mason's gone to make pumpkins, box 4. Mason's gone with his auntie making pumpkins with my grandkids, so I'm busy. So while I'm out, I've got to try and take all that apart. Like I say, it's stored in something. It's all being shoved in Mason's play area, which is a pain, and I can't block that up because I've got to treat Goldie again tomorrow. It's every third day, so I'll treat him, miss a day. Is that right? Every second day? Treat him, miss a day, treat him. Which is a bit annoying now with the temperatures changing, but you've just seen him swimming about, he's fine. So that's good really. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear all this crap out, and then I'll get back to you. Sod's law, I've started doing something and it's pissing down. Took the feeder off. I've got the unit out. What I'm going to thinking of doing as well, well, it's alright, I'm going to make that shelf, put a bigger shelf there, I think. So the weight of the pump's there, it's just leaning over. It's leaning over slightly. It's how you going nowhere, like, but I've got that much medication I could do with to avoid the shelf this way. The UV's got to come off the wall. Probably I'm going to get that done today now because of the weather. I'm just going to try and get this soil pipe around the back. So I'll just show you that at the back of there. All that there, look, it's just a dead space, look. Quite a bit of space as well. And I've got no access to it. Now I cornered that off when I built it because of the shape of my pool. So I couldn't square that off. Obviously my pool's right by it. So that was the shape of that. But ideally, if this had been level, I'd have had that space to have gone round there. I'd have had the space to have gone round there and had more access. But it is what it is, so I'll get back to you then. One-way valve. New pipe. I've got 32, but I'm going to use 32 for now till next year when I re-rig it all again. waste pipe, as you can see. It's gone from there up to there, across the back, and across the back of that there. And at the moment I'm in and out the back of there, trying to sort everything out. So I'll crack on and get back to you. Okay then folks, this is what I'm up to at the moment. I'll take the pump out. I ain't gonna be able to do it the way, sound like a robot, I ain't gonna be able to do it the way I wanted to do it. I'm trying to explain something. I don't know where to put it now. No, it is. Right. I'm talking to Rob Walker. And what I suggested was, folks, do away with this cage. Whoops. Do away with the cage. And then fit that there like that. But I want that space on the top. Like that. The only gripe about that is, look how small them slots are. That'll block up as quick as anything. I did think about nipping the odd ones out just to allow the thicker crud, which I might do, but I need to get this up and running now. I'm absolutely exhausted, so this is running alright as it is, so I'm going to leave that as it is for now. I don't think that I'll fit that in there. If I could fit that, I don't think it will. Anyway, that was my plan. Instead of a retro bottom drain, I was going to put that so it'll suck at that, but it's finding fittings for this to fit that, and I'm very happy about that, if I'm honest. I'd rather that come straight out there. I don't know whether that ball will actually come up like that, because it would have been nice if the pump had sat up straight, but I think the way I'm running it at the moment, I'll leave that in there where it is. I'm going stuck now. I'll leave that in where it is. You can see the new house pipe here now. That's going direct to that. I've done away with the one-way valve. I think I showed you earlier. These are the pipe work, and that's been in some years, and done me proud that has. I can't fault that at all. The amount of times it's blocking up now. The situation I'm in at the minute, I need to rejoin that to the, and hopefully I've got enough pipe. I've had to flush the pipe through because it just got full of mud. So that now, I think I'm about 2 foot short, I think. So what I might have to do is, I might get away with it actually, looking at that. It's either that's short there, that's got to come, that'll come lower down, that will like that. That's a shame really, it would have been better if it had been like that. Not like that, like that. Spoon, jar jar spoon. So, that'll be down seating somewhere like that, and that, to be honest, that's a bit stiff as well. And then pour. I've showed you it before, but I'll show you again. Frank Sinatra. Ooh. Right. Fit that in there. I don't know where to use an old piece of pipe from there to there. I'm just going to order another metre. I'll tell you what, once I fit that on there, if I'm like, I think I'm about 2 foot short, I think I'm 2 foot short. Obviously I've got to lie all that down, which will gain me a matter of a few inches down to there. Oops, down to there. Feed that through my bridge there. It's got to go under my bridge and then in the deep end. My missus gone out and bought me, I'll show you, this is for Christmas. Oh, you can't see it. It's bought me a 10,000 vary pump. Oh God. So hopefully I'm going to put the vary pump in there. This is going to be next year. I'm thinking of building a new filter house out of blocks and bricks, just so I've got more space. You can see now why my filter house is the shape it is. I couldn't come no farther. It's a shame really one more square. I need access around this side of the filter. So my thinking is next year I want to put the pump in there with that pipe on I just showed you. I'm going to work on that with the Dremel and cut some of them out. Just the odd little bar like that here and there. I think that's a cracking idea instead of a retro drain. Put that on the vary pump in that end, and I want to put 2-inch pipe. I might just run it up the side of that inlet pipe there, so you could actually see it, and it'll go down. The only downfall is you got to get access to lift the pump out to clean it. That's the only problem, and you can see there I've got no access at all. Ideally it'd be better there, so I've got a bit of access in the pump down there, but I need the pump really in the middle-ish really. But anyway, I'm waffling on now, chatting bubbles. I've got to rig that up to that. That's the only bit of pipe I've got now there. What you can see there, that's got to go under the bridge and drop in there. So what I'm going to have to do is set that pump up first and then get it in the bottom and then see what length I've got in the filter house. So that's what I'm up to at the minute. I am going to leave the cage on for now. I'll change all that. Next year that will be in that end, and it'll either be running that or it'll be running an easy pod. It all depends. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. So it just means I've got to go out and, well, now if I buy 2-inch pipe for the filter house, I can use that pipe I'm using now, 32mm to feed that. That's plenty. But I might just run this one during the day, turn it off overnight next year, but we'll see. At the meantime, I want to get this done and I'll get back to you. Well, I'd had enough. I was packing up. I can't get this to seal here. That was the pipe that was coming out of it, but I just couldn't get that pipe into the flexi house for love nor money. And yet the other 32mm fitted it. So what I done, I fitted an house tail in there, but that ceiling, it's pissing out. Oh well. Right then folks, it's all done, it's all up and running. Sorry about the camera work folks. New pipe work, got that ball valve there, got a leak there by the looks on it. All new, well not new pipe, but I've rerouted that round there now, so we're standing on it round here. And the pipe work goes all the way around there into the pond where I wanted it to go. Oh, had enough today now folks, I'll catch you later.